It's so good to see you guys. Before I get started with the same face syndrome, I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for the subscribers. I have over 600 now. Are you kidding me? It completely like blows my mind that there's so many people looking for me, and like actually wanting to see my content. But really, thank you guys so much. Honestly, when I started this YouTube channel, I thought I'd get like 10, and my friends and family thought I'd get like 5. So, thank you for proving me and them wrong. I hope I can continue to do good stuff. So anyway, same face syndrome. What it is when you're drawing more or less the exact same face for every single type of character that you could possibly imagine. And the only differences that you can see is body type and hair, and maybe age, and maybe like skin tone. But those are kind of secondary characteristics. If this face is more or less the same, if you can kind of like cover up all the other features and see like in every single drawing almost the exact same face, you've got an issue, and it's called the same face syndrome. And if you are in denial, here's a way that you can test to see if you have same face syndrome. Take out your sketchbook and a pencil and try to draw, let's see. If you only draw females, draw an adult male. If you only draw females, or males I guess, in a certain age group, like their late teens, early 20s, try drawing someone older, like a grandpa age, or try drawing a kid. And if you only draw one ethnicity, try drawing multiple ethnicities. Try drawing someone that's black, try someone drawing that's Asian, try drawing someone who's Hispanic, Indian. Do it, give it a shot. And if you find yourself struggling and erasing and redrawing and erasing and redrawing the same face like 5 times, you probably have same face syndrome. So what to do about same face syndrome? Well, there's quite a few different techniques that I think really help me. The first one is, I think, maybe the easiest one to do. Right when you start off your sketch, what's the first thing you do? You probably draw a circle, a line, and then like some kind of jawline. Usually it's kind of triangular, right, to get that oval shape. This is what I call the magazine technique. You know how in magazines, especially like in Style, or like the women's magazines, they'll talk about what's your face shape, and there's like circle, oval, square. I don't think there's triangle, but I think there's diamond. There's lots of different face shapes. Literally, right when you start, right off the bat, don't just draw your normal jawline. Literally, just stop, let's do the circle, do the line, and then draw an actual shape for their face. A square or a heart or something like that. And that will give you the basis for your drawing. Literally, just changing the face shape will automatically make things look a lot different than if you were just kind of tweaking the eyes and the nose a tiny bit. Doing the smaller features on the face, like the eyes, nose, and lips, help a little bit, but they're usually not distinctive enough that people can notice right off the bat. A really exaggerated and different kind of face shape will make it much easier for other people to notice that you most definitely do not have same face syndrome. Another thing that you can do is try to experiment with different kind of people. Push yourself out of your comfort zone. Try to do different ethnicities, try to do different ages. Do the other gender if you tend to only stick to one gender. I'm guilty of this, so don't worry. But definitely try to go outside of your limits, especially with ages and with ethnicities. I think those two things are the biggest ways to force yourself out of drawing the same kind of face over and over again. You know, really put some effort into making the different features fit that characteristic that you're going for. Don't be afraid to exaggerate either. It's not going to look great the first time, but definitely try to give it a go. And then the last thing that you could do, like a technique more or less, is go on websites or flip through magazines. I would prefer websites or something. I'm about to link you guys one in a sec. But definitely try to draw realistically real people. This kind of seems a little counterintuitive. You would think that like maybe copying cartoons would be a better way to go, and it certainly is a good way to go about it because there's lots of different face shapes and stuff like that. But you need to look to real people and see their kinds of ways to do it. Like, a cartoonist is probably going to have a much bigger range of noses than maybe another artist does, but the humankind has literally like thousands and thousands of different nose shapes. So if you go online, I would suggest, I think it's humane.com. It's either humane.com or humane.tomo.com, and I might be mispronouncing it. I will put a link in the description. It is a really good place for drawing real people. People who are not your cookie cutter out of the box model type, which is very normal. People of different ethnicities, of different ages, people that you might see on the street. And it's a really, really good tool. Try to draw as realistically as you can. Don't go crazy detailed because you need to draw a lot of them. But definitely go in and try to do the best you can. Because what you're going to quickly notice is that there are so many different ways to draw an eye, and so many different ways to draw noses and lips. Lots of different things that make a person really unique that you might not think of when you're drawing. It's good to see because like people tend to draw beautiful people. It's for aesthetic, right? And unfortunately in the drawing world, there's usually like one kind of nose and one kind of eye and one kind of mouth that fits that standard, right? So you see it really often. I don't even need to say what it is because you already know what it is. But if you look at hot people online that aren't model but are really attractive, you're going to quickly find out that even the attractive people have extremely different characteristics, but they're still really beautiful. So definitely dig around and look to realism as your friend. You don't have to do it forever. I'm not telling you to be realistic, but I think it's a good way to help. Literally just doing like 5 heads will automatically enhance your, I guess, repertoire of face shapes and things like that. I forgot to mention this, but going back to the whole idea of like literally drawing shapes for the head, do the same thing for features. When you're in your sketchbook or you're just doodling or something, put the time into like drawing weird shapes for the eyes and the nose and the lips. I mean, there's so many different kinds of noses, and all you gotta do is just play with the basic shapes and then go in with the details. That'll help so much. Play around with different kinds of eyes, different kinds of mouths and noses, and different kind of face shapes as well. And I promise you, you will get a much better looking selection of faces, and you will not have same face syndrome ever again. One thing I do want to say is if you are looking for inspiration, or if you're just kind of dragging your feet and you're like, oh, I don't want to draw different faces, I'm so happy with this one face that I'm so good at. Or if you're a little lost and you're like, I don't even like know what kind of different noses there are, or like I don't even have a mental list of images, like what do I do? I would definitely say look to photos of people, realistic stuff, and also look to caricature artists. Caricature artists are really rad because they deliberately exaggerate certain features of the face. Like if you look at a caricature artist, you are never, ever going to see 2 people that they're drawing look exactly the same. I think even if they do identical twins, they still do like differences and stuff. But they go full out, super, super exaggerate features in order to make them known. You are never going to see a caricature artist, for example, draw Angelina Jolie and Jennifer Lawrence the same way. It's never going to happen because they look at the key features of that person's face and really like dive in with that to make it different and varied. And as I said before, photos are really great because they are real people and you will see lots of different kind of characteristics, and that'll be good for you. What you shouldn't do is look, I'm sorry, but don't really look to other artists for help with same face syndrome. Don't look to your favorite illustrator or maybe your favorite painter or something and try to copy what they're doing. I think every artist kind of has this issue where they just tend to draw the same face. They can totally be varied, and they are, but there's just this one sort of face that they just naturally gravitate to a little bit more because their hand is just used to drawing it a bit more. You will see it in a lot of artists if you look. So I would suggest don't look at them because you're just going to copy their one face, or you're not going to see as much variety as you could with a caricature sort of artist or with pictures. So yeah, I would actually recommend don't look to other artists. But yeah, I think that is about it. The more you experiment, the more you look, the better you will be at same face syndrome, and I promise you, you will get rid of it almost immediately. If you just practice and play around with different shapes, you will be a face shape expert, and your stuff is going to look so much cooler. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions or comments or whatever, obviously you can leave it in the comment section. And I will be hopefully be posting more videos in the future at a more frequent pace. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Bye.
You're the girl I